They say cities define civilizations, their culture, their prosperity, everything can be summed up by great cities. But when war comes, cities are the first to fall. The war in Ukraine is no different. Slowly but steadily, Russia has taken multiple Ukrainian cities. Let me pull up the map for you. These are the major cities under Russian control: Kherson, Melitopol, Mariupol, and soon to be added, Severodonetsk. Local officials say it's a losing battle, but most of Severodonetsk is now under Russian control. Now, why is the city important? Because of two reasons. Number one, it was Ukraine's last stronghold in the east. Number two, it is centrally located within the Donbas region, which means if you take Severodonetsk, you gain a strong foothold. And from there, Russia can push on. The next target will be Lysychansk. It is located across the river Donets. And if both these cities fall, Russia will have full control of the Luhansk region. President Volodymyr Zelensky himself admitted that this is a do-or-die battle.
This
is a very fierce battle, a very difficult one, probably one of the most difficult during this war. I am grateful to everyone who is defending this direction. In many ways, the fate of our Donbas is being decided there.
Ukraine certainly had the resolve, but not the firepower. Russia's superior artillery is making a difference in the east, but that difference comes at a cost. Let me show you. This is what eastern Ukraine looks like. The cities were once alive and bustling. Today, they're dead cities. Most buildings have been reduced to rubble. The streets are filled with debris, and some houses are still on fire. What about the people? Most of them long fled. Severodonetsk, for example, has only 13,000 residents left. These people are not there by choice, they're stuck there. They're pinned down by the constant fighting. What do these images tell you? That Russia has stepped up its offensive, that they're using a scorched earth tactic. What does that mean? It means total destruction. Russia is destroying any asset that they can find. Houses, schools, hospitals, everything. And this tactic reveals two things. A, Russia is desperate for a win. They need to show some progress in the Donbas. And B, this is not about ruling over Ukraine anymore. It's about sending a message. Because look at these cities. There is nothing left to rule here. No people, no buildings, no economy. These are dead cities covered with smoke and debris. They will have to be rebuilt from scratch. The question is, what will Putin do with them? Let's assume he takes the Donbas. What next? Will he let the breakaway republics govern, or will he add this territory to Russia? A lot depends on Ukraine's reaction. President Zelensky has two options here. He can either sacrifice the eastern territory, or he can fight for it. Zelensky did say that he was open to talks over the Donbas. But time is running out. If Russia captures more land, they will play hardball. It's always like that. Advantage on the battlefield is advantage at the negotiating table. So what is Zelensky waiting for? Perhaps help from the West. After all, eastern Ukraine is a big prize. All the industries are located in the east, all the car makers, all the aerospace companies, all the fertilizer plants. So controlling the east is not just a political call, it's also about the economics. Which is why Zelensky is waiting for reinforcements. Both the US and the UK are sending longer-range rockets to Ukraine, but those weapons could be a double-edged sword. Yes, they will bolster Ukraine, but they will also enrage Russia. So the end result could be more escalation.
If they are being supplied long-range missiles, we will draw the appropriate conclusions and use our weapons, of which we have enough, to strike targets we haven't yet hit.
That's a big gamble for the West. But then again, they have nothing to lose. Western countries are only concerned about two things: weakening Russia and protecting themselves. And this week, they found a way of doing both. 17 NATO allies came together for their largest ever war game. It was held near the Baltic Sea. And look at the firepower on display. 3,000 soldiers, 50 fighter jets, 17 missile systems. It was basically a response drill. A few jets pretended to be enemy aircraft flying into Poland and the Baltic states. The drill was sort of like a mock response. How did Russia respond to this? With drills of their own. And if you thought NATO had a lot of firepower, sample this. Putin sent 60 warships, 60, 40 aircraft, 2,000 units of artillery. So both sides are locked in a fierce, staring contest. But who will blink first? The West has the luxury of not being directly involved in this war. They can keep funneling weapons to Ukraine. Russia, on the other hand, is moving closer to their tactical goal, to take the whole of Donbas. And if that is accomplished, all eyes will be on Zelensky. Will he choose to settle or will he choose to fight? Well, whatever he chooses must be in Ukraine's national interest, not in NATO's. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.